Okay, we've overtrained. What do we do and how do we get out of that hole? This is a really common area that people are in. And I saw this on Facebook yesterday and I felt for the guy. I really felt for the guy because he's literally crying out for help. And I'll read it to you. You see what you think, and then I'll try to answer it as best I can. I'm looking for a coach with experience of getting clients out of overtraining / long periods of regression. Basically, since March, April, my Garmin has said unproductive / overtraining. I've slipped from about 16 months of progress into 3 months of going backwards. I started running again properly in September 2020 and progressed from a 3:46 marathon in 2023 to a 1:20 Brighton half in February and a 2:58 London Marathon 2024 this year, so just April this year. But even by London, even with a few solid blocks, I had felt things slipping. I am now fully on the struggle bus and need some help and guidance. I've been running since I was 12, I'm now 36. I've been a coach myself since I was 18, personal trainer for 14 years and owned a gym, helped thousands. So I sort of know, but also I don't know what the hell to do next. I need an experienced set of eyes. I've tried speaking to people I know, but it's difficult. I've tried to ask in other groups, but I get told to read a book. I've had blood tests, stuff came back normal. I've reduced the volume, it's not helped. My friends probably think I'm a broken record at the moment, but I don't feel as if I could do it myself. Help. It's tough to take that because we all associate what we're doing, we're running. It's not harming anybody, it's positive for our lives. Everybody else around you is benefiting from the fact we're running. So when the wheels fall off, which they will do from time to time, we're literally looking up at the sky and thinking, God, why have you done this to me? Like, what have I done to deserve this? There's loads of positives in there, Matt. Blood tests have come back great. There's nothing wrong there. You've been running for a year and 9 months, 16 months, and then 3 months where it's not gone to plan. And you're talking before London Marathon, so I think it's 3rd or 4th week in April, can't remember. So the wheels have gone off for a short period of time, but you've had a lot of success. And that's what we need to focus on, what's gone right. So you literally need to take a stock check of what have you been doing? What did you do when you re-got into running? And I've been there myself, I know exactly what it's like. I just throw the kitchen sink at it and I want to do absolutely everything I can, get injured eventually. It will let you know. Running, it's not as bad as a burnout at work, because at work you won't see a burnout coming and all of a sudden you'll wake up one day and it's hell, it really is hell, and it's difficult to get out of. An injury in running, very kind to you, it'll just let you know very quickly. And if you feel as if you're plateauing, that can creep up on you, but you'll be able to see what you're doing from the times in the faster sessions and the longer sessions and what the heart rate is doing. We've got so much data, but we've almost got too much data. So he's kind of, my Garmin's telling me that I'm unproductive or overtraining since March, April. When we get into something, we expect, especially something like running where you think input equals output. It doesn't. It's the big thing. Like initially, the progress curve is really, really steep. And then to get more gains, and he'll know this from his weight training. I'm not teaching him to suck eggs, but the gains become more harder to achieve, but you're learning with experience all the tools that you need in order to do. So what I feel like he needs to do, and I'll send this to him, is what's going on? What have I done so far that's worked? And what have I done so far that doesn't seem to work? When did I start to run into problems? Try to find the root cause of that. And then, okay, from my week, what does it look like? And where did I get that from? Is it a local running club? He says in the comments that he's already tried being part of a running club and, you know, access to coaches, access to other runners, positive community, etc., etc. You know, how big is he? He's in the gym. He owns a gym. How much upper body is he doing? Is that the sort of like, quite easy as a big, heavy, muscular guy to run 3 hours if you've got that, if you've got that talent, but to then push through it can be really difficult because the gains might be even more difficult to achieve than I've just mentioned because you're carrying off the body weight. So we need to look at the size of him. How big is he? How tall is he? How much muscle? How much fat, etc. Where are you at right now, and where do you want to be? That's what I would be asking him. And where are you at right now? Okay, we're in a bad point, but there's been 60 months of progress. Where else in the world do you get that kind of progress? For 60 months you've been moving forward, and then all of a sudden, last 2 or 3 months, 1.5, 2 months, I'd argue, I'd still say that's a good result to run 120 and then 258. Could have done better. Should have been about sort of 250, 247. But what's gone wrong round about that time? Let's course correct. And the great thing about this is he is in such a strong position, but he feels desperate because he doesn't know the answer to the question. So if you just work with the right person, and you've got to look under the bonnet, what's the body doing? Is the body healthy, or do you need to work with a specialist running physiotherapist in order to get you back and get you back strong? If it's something that's holding you back, for me, it was Achilles for a long time. I was talking 7, 8 years ago. You need to fix that first, because you don't want to be, you don't feel as if you can push in faster sessions or longer sessions if you've got a niggle with your Achilles. If you know that pain is there at any moment, do you want to move forward with a fresh, healthy body that is fresh, and he says he's reduced volume? What's he doing in his easy runs and recovery runs? How fast are they? How much effort are they? What zone are they in? Has he had a blood test? Has he done a lactate threshold test? He's already getting to 3-hour marathons, so I'd suggest that maybe, although we want to go back to basics, let's go back a bit smarter. Maybe let's do a lactate. If he's that serious that he's just posted that on Facebook and asked for help, I would say that he is serious enough to go and do a lactate threshold test, and because he wants to get as quickly as possible to his goal. So I'd say, where are you right now? Where do you want to get to, and how are we going to get you there? What are you doing? What does your life look like? Like okay, you're in a gym. So let's just pretend for a second it's a small gym and he's on his feet all day. That is going to hold you back. It's going to hold you back because you've only got so much effort in order to put into your running. When do you do your runs? Is it first thing in the morning? So they're uninterrupted, there's nothing getting in the way? Or is it later on in the day where you might feel fatigued, you've been on your feet all day, or you've been dealing with stressful things? What does your sleep look like? Are you the type of person who says they can survive on 4 or 5 hours a night, or are you absolutely boxing that off? What does your stress level look like? Do you understand the importance of stress, or are you just like, well, it's kind of always been stressful in my life, I've got a business to run and it's a bloody nightmare running a business? And it's like, okay, what are you doing with your diet? So although we're going to look at basics, we're just going to look under the bonnet and see the pillars, the foundations are absolutely rock solid. If the body needs fixing, let's go and fix it. And then let's get you back, and let's get you back in the right way in order to be hitting the midweek interval session, getting that threshold, to be then initially long, slow distance, building the endurance again, building the stamina, then specific long runs, so we're hitting the threshold again. Doesn't need more than that, plus the easy runs and recovery runs. The work ethic is obviously there with that guy. The discipline is obviously there. It's been there since he was 12 years old, and he's had it in discipline in other aspects of his life, the gym. There's so many, you just got to look at everybody as an individual, and everyone's unique, and the situation is unique, and what he is feeling right now, if the wheels fall off again in 4 years' time, that will be a different situation. It's a different conversation. So it's very, very individualistic, but it's difficult when you post something to the internet. And I know he's looking specifically for somebody to reach out and say, this is the magic pill, or, you know, I'm using a metaphor there, but he wants somebody to guide him through, yeah? And when you're at that point, you just don't think there's a way forward, or you're pretty sure there's not a way forward, and you need somebody to guide you. Great thing for him, he's literally just 2 or 3 weeks away from running great again and running personal best times. Has he dived into the marathon too quickly? I think people do dive into the marathon too quickly. I think all of a sudden, okay, September 2022, and then he's done 2 marathons in a year and 9 months, and very, very quickly after restarting running, because he wanted those times. Totally get it. Should he have stuck at 10Ks, 5Ks, half marathons? Maybe. You need to speak to him. But these are the things, and everyone has gone through this, and you will potentially go through this situation where you feel as if you're just not moving forward, whether it's injury, illness, or whether it's just a plateau. You're doing exactly the same work as you were before, but you're not moving forward, or you're moving backwards. You're running slower times in your intervals and threshold. You're running slower times at the weekend for your long run, and it's more effort. So you just don't understand what's going on. So you need another pair of eyes, and that's the great thing. You need another pair of eyes, somebody just to have a look. Okay, take a step back. Let's see the big picture. What's going on? Well, what about that? It's like manufacturing in a massive plant. It's like, if you've always worked there, this is the way you've always done it. But if you get somebody from another business to go and have a look, they'll go, these 7 things, and if you change them exponentially, profit's going to go through a roof, and your production's going to go through a roof. Exactly the same with running. If you got anything from this, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you are in a similar situation and you want advice on how to get through it, please pop it in the comments below. And and if you've been in a similar situation and you got out of it, but again, comment and how did you get out of it? How did it feel? We've all been there. I know how it feels. It's frustrating. You don't feel you deserve it. Why did it happen to me? It's simple to get out of.